Hello, everyone. My name is Zad Kazi. I'm a professor of emergency medicine at Emory University and the executive director of the Middle East and North Africa Clinical Toxicology Association. I am going to record a brief video to guide you about the conference that we are holding in Tbilisi in July 2026. This video will include useful information about the conference, the program, as well as other touristic and cultural attractions in the beautiful country of Georgia. So bear with me a little bit here. I'm going to share my screen where I prepared already several pages of interest to you. We'll start by just a brief overview of the conference. This conference is being organized by the Emory University Center for Advanced Emergency Care, which is in the Department of Emergency Medicine, in partnership with the Mediterranean Academy of Emergency Medicine and MENATOX, the Middle East and North Africa Clinical Toxicology Association. You can see here on our website, the conference title is the Joint Congress between the Frontiers of Advanced Emergency Care and the Mediterranean Academy of Emergency Medicine Congress, together coming to bring you an exciting program on July 17 and 18, 2026 in Tbilisi, Georgia. This conference is going to be held at the Sheraton Grand Tbilisi Meteki Palace, which is a state-of-the-art modern hotel in the older part of the town or the capital, Tbilisi. The conference is going to be over 2 days with two tracks. These two tracks will include, the one will be clinical toxicology, and the other one will be advanced emergency care. We have about 57 speakers from around the world at this conference. We are featuring a collaboration with sponsorship from the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons on toxin-induced illness, basically called Biological Toxins at the Bedside Recognition and Management. This part of the conference will take the majority of the clinical toxicology track, with some time left on day two to discuss non-toxin related topics. And you see we have speakers from the US, Europe, Georgia, Turkey, as well as Armenia and the Gulf countries, as well as beyond. So I apologize if I missed a country here. But you can see the program is on our website, and the application for US AMA Level 1 credit has been submitted. We are expecting to be able to offer US CME credit for physicians who attend this conference. The language of the teaching will be in English, and it will be, again, at a fantastic venue at the Sheraton Hotel. Now, just to set the stage a little bit for you to get an idea about what we are preparing for you, I'm going to start by showing you a map of Georgia. And I'm going to show you that this is Tbilisi, where the conference will be. And after the conference is over or before the conference starts, I invite you to consider visiting one of the fantastic destinations in Georgia, such as Mtskheta, which is nearby. This is about 30-minute drive from the city itself. It's the old capital of Georgia. It has an old capital feeling, as well as beautiful churches and monasteries to visit, including the monastery of Jvari. You can also visit Stepan Sminda, which is about 3.5, 4 hours away. This is a beautiful alpine landscape with great hiking opportunities, great landscapes to look at, and also great hotels to stay in and restaurants to eat at. Kutaisi is also the important city in Georgia, which is also a great location to explore neighboring attractions, including the Martvili River and Canyon, or also local historical monuments. But for those of you who prefer to be on the beach, this is the Black Sea city of Batumi. You can reach it by train from Tbilisi. It's a very pleasant train, about, I think, 3.5 hours ride. Batumi has a corniche, great hotels, swimming pools, restaurants, and also has, like I said, top-notch services. Additional attractions include Borjomi, which is known for its mineral water, natural springs. And then, of course, Mestia, which is really a remote area. It's about 9 hours drive, but it's untouched alpine like landscapes. Mestia is the town to explore the neighboring surroundings, which are really beautiful and breathtaking. The only difficulty thing about Mestia is just the drive is long and it's quite remote. Um, I'm gonna jump here a little bit to show you the Sheraton Hotel where the conference will be. The Sheraton Hotel, like I said, is a modern hotel located in Tbilisi. This is where the conference will be. We'll have lunch and 2 coffee breaks every day. So this is one of the hotels that we are recommending for you to stay at, and we have special rate available for the hotel. The second hotel is Afisha Hotel, which is in the city of Tbilisi, close to Rustaveli Avenue. That's another boutique-like hotel that's also excellent, and we recommend it. And we have special rates for that one as well. When you look at the map itself of the city of Tbilisi, you can see that I've listed here for you the Sheraton Hotel where the conference will be, and this is Afisha Hotel. So these are the 2 conferences we are recommending. As you see, they're not that far from each other. I think Afisha is about 10, 15 minutes away by a taxi, or you can use one of those online taxis like Bolt or Uber. The advantage of Afisha is it's closer to the Rustaveli Avenue, where a lot of the attractions are, compared to the Sheraton Hotel. But either way, both of them are great locations, and you cannot go wrong with either one of these. The other thing I want to point out here is some of the attractions that I recommend. Some of you may know this, but my wife is Georgian, and I visit Georgia every year for the last 15 years. And we have a home in Georgia, and I feel very proud of knowing the attractions and sharing this with you today. For example, one of the great attractions in Tbilisi is the Tatsminda Park, which is at an elevation and has great vistas, great restaurant, as well as a park for kids to play. There are a lot of games for kids to enjoy. The parents tend to walk around and finally enjoy the dinner at one of their restaurants or ice cream or pastry shops. It's also has a beautiful view, and you can get to it by a funiculare out of the city of Tbilisi Old Town. As well as now there's a new funiculare that goes from the Afisha Hotel neighborhood straight to Mtasminda Park. So this is a great place to go spend an evening there. Another attraction is the Georgian National Museum, which I really enjoy. Has a lot of historical information and artifacts. One of my favorite museums in Tbilisi, as well as the King Vakhtan Gogsasali monument, which is here number 7. This monument next to a church, a very old church, is nice to visit, and a nice launching pad for your walking tour of Old Town Tbilisi, which is a must, and will take definitely a half a day to a day, and includes churches, old churches, includes the current cathedral in Georgia, which is Sameba. This is shown here, Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi. You can also visit the Narikhala Fortress. You can walk. There's a path close to that. There's also the old sulfur bath, beautiful views of the river, and beautiful architectural monuments like bridges. I'll show you that in a little bit. I've made a list of those sites during the walking tour. So you notice how this is all close to the Tbilisi International Airport. Probably about 30 minutes from the airport are the hotels, 30 to 45 minutes, and not expensive to get from the airport to these hotels. If you want to take another quick trip to Mtskheta, you can get to Mtskheta within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and enjoy this old town that I mentioned earlier. I'll show you some pictures of that as well. Moving on, I'll show you some websites. This is a website for the museum, which is where the National History Museum of Georgia that I mentioned, and then the Fine Arts Museum, where you see a beautiful collection of paintings, including my favorite painter, Nico Pirosmani. So those are important museums to visit. These are on Rustaveli Avenue, walking distance to Afisha Hotel, and a short cab drive from the Sheraton. I mentioned to you the walking tour. These are some of the highlights that I mentioned. The Narikala Fortress, the Mother of Georgia statue, the sulfur bath that are historic and still functional. The Gabriadze Theater clock tower, which is very cute, where you see these what do you call them? These toys come out of this tower, and it's a mechanical movement with music at 12 o'clock every day, noon. The Bridge of Peace, a lot of churches, like I said, churches and basilicas, great streets where you can see narrow streets with cafes and restaurants, more cathedrals and statues spread around the town. Definitely a lot of stuff to see and do on a walking tour of Tbilisi. Any hotel or guide can assist you. It's better to have that, or you can maybe download a walking map on your app. I mentioned briefly Mtskheta. Mtskheta is the old capital of Tbilisi, and it's neighboring this very old monastery church in Jvari. Great views of the rivers. And this is Mtskheta, like I mentioned. This is the old town. It has also a lot of restaurants and fun things to do there. I mentioned also the Tatsminda Park. This is the park, and you can see it has a great view of Tbilisi. So this is kind of the restaurant where you can enjoy the view. I mentioned Kazbegi or Tatsminda. This is a town that is about 3.5 hours away. It's beautiful. You can see Mount Kazbegi in the background and has great hotels. This is Mount Kazbegi again, and great hikes. Some of the best hikes I've done in my life are in Stepatsminda's area. Kakheti is the wine country. If you enjoy the wine tasting and visiting the wine country, also has a lot of monuments and churches that are worth visiting. This is a bit closer than Tatsminda. I'm sorry, than Stepansminda or Kazbegi. This is about 3 hours away. Definitely a must visit. And Batumi, which is the city on the Black Sea. This is the Corniche, and the city itself was rebuilt and renovated recently and has a lot of great services and fun things to do. Borjomi is where I told you have the natural mineral water spring and also great parks to visit, more quiet area, closer to Tbilisi than Stepansminda and Kakheti. And for those who are really adventurous, they can get to Mestia, which is even further away. This is 9 hours away. This is one of the most unique places I ever visited in my life. It's just a little bit harder to get to and a little bit more remote and isolated. So these are all the things I want to share with you. Remember to check out our website. Not only you can see the program, but you can also see our speakers who are listed here. You can learn more about the speakers who will be there. We appreciate the collaboration with the Mediterranean Academy of Emergency Medicine, with MENATOX and Emory University, as well as our local Georgian partners. We have our Georgian Emergency Medicine Physician Association, our Ken Walker International University that is hosting us, as well as Caucasus Medical Center, and our various endorsing societies and organizations that are making this meeting possible. I'm sorry if I forgot someone here in this brief video. We will make sure everyone is listed and recognized properly during the conference itself. Check out our toxin-specific agenda sponsored by the OPCW. And if you have any questions, please, you can reach me on my email, zkazzi@emory.edu. And you can also find me online to reach me on Twitter, for example, at Zad Kazi. Check out our website. Check out also our MENATOX website where you can register for the conference. You can click on register now. It will take you to the MENATOX website. And depending on your specific category, we have different discounted categories as well for students and other colleagues. And you can register for this conference. We already have about 110 registrants, and we have a limit of 200. So please make sure you register early, as I'm sure we'll have a surge in the last month before the conference. Thanks again, and hope to see you in beautiful Georgia. And as they say in Georgia, Nachwam dis.